Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Truth or News, 8 a.m. edition. Today's topic is going to be Venezuela. Here at the studio, Roland Ilosvai
and my colleague Szilárd Tóth. Our first special guest will be Dr. Sergey. He is an economic analyst specialized in the Venezuelan oil crisis.
Dr. Sergey, the word is yours.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Dr. Sergey, and I'm here to introduce some really important knowledge on the Venezuelan oil crisis. Well, Venezuela is an example, a really good example of a decaying petrostate where the government is really highly dependent on income from fossil fuels, power, when these things are concentrated in an elite minority like the government. Well, petrostates are really vulnerable to what we economists call the Dutch disease, a dynamic in which a government develops a really unhealthy dependence on natural resources like oil. Well, Venezuela has recently descended into economic and political turmoil where the president is just screwing over the country. And let me tell you, the country's prospects are pretty grim. Thank you for your attention.
Well, you are in deep trouble. Checkmate interview.
Guys, we are live.
All right. Thank you, Sergey. Thank you. That was great. Our next speaker, our next guest is going to be an inflation specialist whose name is Piotr Kura.
He will join us straight from his house.
Good morning, everyone. In 2014, everything went wrong when the GDP started to decline. It was a negative demand and supply shock, shifting both the AD and the ES curve to the left. The country is suffering from hyperinflation, which came from the shift in the ES curve, reaching an increase of price levels by 20 million%. In the meantime, unemployment has risen and consumer spending has decreased. The country is at a point where the economy cannot go back to its long-run equilibrium without intervention. Thank you for your attention. Back to the studio.
Well, that was quite a mouthful. Don't you think, Roland?
Yeah, definitely. And now my dear friend Jerry McIntyre will come around, representative of the United Nations.
Hi Venezuela, it's Gerald McIntyre from Scotland. To my best knowledge, more than 5.3 million inhabitants of Venezuela have fled their home country in the recent years amid the crisis. It is really important and interesting to admit that Venezuela is the fourth country which faces acute food insecurity, but I'm not here to elaborate on the extent of choppy. The whole situation had worsened when that bunny Nicolas Maduro became president in 2016. Thanks to that fucking bumper, 96% of the population lives in poverty, which incorporates 70% living in extreme conditions, which means they are having shrinking access to water and lack of electricity. Regarding the children, they look a wee bit peely-welly, ain't them? I'm just saying, it's ghastly. I think it can't roll in, but you know, the current situation is rank, and more humanitarian organizations should take the lead in tackling the brutality that the country's population is suffering from each and every day. Con yourself, Venezuela. We are behind you. Peace.
That's the spirit, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Calm down, Jerry. Don't start a revolution right now. Scottish spirit.
Scottish spirit, yes. Finally, that was it. But before we go, we'd like to attach and extract
from the Venezuelan government officials.
Oh, amigos, welcome to the party!